What's good, you guys? You know who it is, man. It's your boy, Mr. Relentless Lex, and I'm back with another reaction. You dig? Yes, Sirski. All right, so we got Danny Boy exposing Mary J. Blige of hooking up with him when he was only 15, bro. 15. Say that Mary J. Blige learned this from Diddy, bro. That's crazy. So now we got females coming out that's sleeping with underage boys. And out of all people, Mary J. Blige, the queen, Mary J. But at the same token, we're here for the spicy.
Y'all, things keep getting more and more twisted in Hollywood, and Mary J. Blige just got dragged into the situation because singer Danny Boy just came out to reveal that Mary allegedly had an intimate relationship with him when he was only 15 years old, and she was a full-grown woman at the time. Danny came with some pretty convincing receipts, and he has stories for days about this inappropriate affair. Child, if all of this is true, it honestly makes so much sense why Mary is such a big supporter of Diddy and is always on his arm. Okay, so y'all know how I said that Diddy...
That's crazy. That's crazy. But my whole thing is, if I was 15 and Mary J. Blige had bonded with me, and I ain't telling nobody, I'm trying to keep it going. I'm gonna be the one that like, yo, bro, like, what's up? Why you ain't calling me? Mary J., you 15, my boy. I know you're underage, but at the same token, shit, she had that money and she looked fire. Man, I would have said nothing, bro. You know, mess up your whole life trying to come out and expose Mary. I would have never told nobody that. I would have kept that thing going. 15, 13, 12, it don't matter. That's Mary J, bro. Nah, I was just playing. That's underage. I was just kidding with you guys. But nah, that's crazy though. So Diddy taught her well.
Getting exposed is going to lead to more people in the industry getting exposed for doing some creepy things. Well, it looks like singer Mary J. Blige is next on that list because she just got exposed for and sleeping with singer Danny Boy when he was just 15 years old and she was 24. In a series of interviews, Danny talked about how Suge Knight enabled Mary to and lure him into a very inappropriate relationship, considering their age difference and the fact that he was a minor at the time. According to him, it started back in 1995 after the Source Awards, and Suge was celebrating in a hotel room with Mary J. Blige, Diddy's baby mama, Misa Hilton, and a couple of other women in his hotel room. Danny claims that he was in his room when Suge called him over to join the celebration. When he got to Suge's room and saw Mary, he was starstruck because he was a huge fan. He claimed that he hung out with the group and had a couple of drinks before going back to his room. However, Suge then called him up a while later saying that a woman wanted to see him. Danny assumed that it was one of the other women at the party, but when he got to Suge's room, Mary and Misa were the only ones in the room.
Mary and Misa?
We was talking, I think I left out and Suge called me back up to the room. He said, come back upstairs, man. You know, old girl want to see you. Mary's sitting on the couch.
Damn.
So I know the girl that he in the bed with don't want me. So I went in,
That's crazy.
Closing her and shit, and I sit down and I start talking to Mary. And the inside, I'm about to lose it because I'm actually sitting here talking to Mary. She's sitting on the couch and shit, and we ordered some food and some more drinks.
He then claimed that while Mary was sitting beside him on the couch, someone knocked on the door and Mary freaked out and hid because she thought it was her boyfriend at the time, KC. Now, KC and Mary had a toxic and kind of violent relationship at the time, so Mary probably thought that he was there to put hands on her again. It turned out to be a false alarm, so she went right back to flirting with him. He claimed that she put her head in his lap, touched him, and that things got very, very intense.
15, 16 years old. And she laying on the couch. And
Mary J. laying on the couch. And
I'm sitting on the other end, and she lay down on the couch and put her head in my lap.
Bro, if that was me, bro, I'd have been like, okay, this what we doing? This is what we doing. Okay, let me get right. Give me one quick second, bro. Wait a minute. Tell me the 411, Mary. Let me get this zipper down right quick while you laying down there. Yeah, top me off though. Yeah. We're gonna go all out. You feel me?
Like, damn.
He was nervous though. I get it.
You can't be talking about Mary was talking about she wanted me to come back up here and now she on my lap. And I'm sitting there and I'm wondering, I'm like, okay, what is this gonna end up to? And She stayed a couple more hours. And we decided to go in the other room because it was a suite. We went in another room and laid down. And she laid down with me and she kind of like backed up against me. And every time she backed up against me, I would move away and, you know.
What?
They ended up doing a nasty, and like that wasn't bad enough. It wasn't a one-time thing because they had an affair and Mary would fly him out to New York to see her. Even worse, she led him into thinking that he was her boyfriend, even though she had a thing going on with Tupac at the time.
What?
From that time, I had an opportunity to go out to
With
New
Tupac?
York and visit her a couple more times. Well, you know, that's why I was kind of confused when I heard Kurt saying that Mary was Pac girl. Because at that time, she was my girl. At that time, I'm 15, 16 years old, and she flying me in to see her. And you know what it is when a girl back up on you, you young and shit. And I'm trying to show her that she ain't phasing me.
Yeah, that's all shades of messed
That's
up. But
crazy.
in another interview, when he was asked if he felt like Mary used him or took advantage of him in any way, he still insisted that she didn't take advantage of him and they were dating.
I think when you were early on, you was messing with Mary.
Well,
Okay,
you know,
how did you think about
that time I wasn't.
You know,
I mean,
that's what I'm saying,
I kind of was, but wasn't.
That's what I'm saying. How did you think? Like, what did you feel like? Okay, yeah, I like Mary, or you just was like, was she taking advantage of you because you were young?
No, I mean, you know, that was Mary
Because
J.
she was
Blige.
young, too.
She was young, too, and that was Mary J. Blige. And when I brought that story up, because a lot of people thought that I was, like, trying to Me Too. I mean, I wouldn't have used her. I got somebody I could Me Too if I want to. But it wouldn't be Mary.
It wouldn't be Mary.
I said it in the conversation of, you know, somebody else was saying how Mary was somebody's girl. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. No, it wasn't. That was my girl.
It was my girl,
you know
right?
What I mean? I was kind of just talking too fast. And
I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of sad how he can't see that he was, because there is no reason that he should have been sleeping with a 24-year-old when he was just 16. Unfortunately, this is something that we see a lot when an older woman takes advantage of a boy, but people don't see it as a big deal because they think that men can't be as aid or even taken advantage of. But wait, because there's a twist to this story. You see, the streets are saying that Mary learned this behavior from nobody else but Diddy. Mary and Diddy were very close friends back when Diddy used to work at Uptown Records, and Mary was signed to the label. And considering that multiple people have come forward to accuse Diddy of allegedly SAing them around the same time that he was at Uptown Records, so it's entirely plausible that Mary watched him and learned this behavior from him. Also, from what we know now, Mary allegedly got pregnant with Diddy's child, but either he forced her to get rid of it or it was Mary's decision. But nonetheless, they still maintain a very strong relationship. And looking back at the pics, the thing I find really weird is that in almost all of the pics of Mary and Diddy, Mary is holding a hand over her stomach wherever there was Cassie. Now, this could just be a pose, but knowing what we know now, it's honestly sick to think if she was doing it on purpose. Someone commented, "You'll be surprised at how many men have stories like this, but just doesn't speak out about it because in society, this behavior has been accepted. It's sickening." Another person said, "He's telling the truth. It is what it is. He was still a little boy put in a grown man arena. Suge thought he was helping him grow into manhood, but he was actually enabling him to be victimized by Mary, a grown woman at the time." That's a fact whether Danny enjoyed it or not. And this other person commented, "It's wild how normalized it was in the 90s for adults to be messing with children. What could MJB want with a 15-year-old? Did she know he was a child? I have so many questions." Whew, there's a lot to unpack here, but y'all let me know what you think.
Bro, now, I know what I said at the beginning of this video because it's Mary J. Blige. But at the same token, that was wrong, bro. That was wrong. 24 on a 15-year-old, 16-year-old, bro, that is totally wrong. And if Mary was hanging around Diddy at the time, Diddy was doing the same thing, I don't think Diddy forced Mary to do it. And you see it say Suge Knight called Danny Boy into the room. Diddy wasn't nowhere around when Danny Boy and Mary J. Blige allegedly got it on, allegedly. So it was on Diddy. It wasn't on Diddy on this one, I believe. It was on Mary and Danny Boy. Danny Boy said he thought he was Mary's man until he found out she had an affair with Pop, and she ended up being supposedly being pregnant from Diddy. Let me find out Mary messy, bro. Mary, you messy too? Don't tell me that. Mary out here looking for real love, but with a 15-year-old. Ain't that bottom?